Welcome everyone to day two of the Passive Income Bootcamp. I'm hoping I'm live, so I'm going to just double check as always and make sure that everything's working fine with the tech. Fingers crossed it is. Yes, awesome. I can see it. Let me just open that up and turn that down. Cool. Okay, fantastic. We've got horrendous weather, by the way, in Cardiff at the moment. I've got all of the lights on because it's just so gloomy. There's so much like rain going on, rain clouds that, yeah, I can hardly see. So I've had to put all of the lights on in my office. It's craziness. Okay, so give me a hi in the comments if you're watching live. I want to see who's here with me. As always, make sure everyone is um, yeah, all good today. How are you all doing? Are you all happy? Are you all excited for today? Because we're going to be talking about audience building, by the way, and building an audience for your passive income offers. So this is a really important step, like super important, because if you don't have an audience, you're really going to struggle to sell your passive income offer. So we need to be consistently building that audience like all of the time. So we're going to be talking about that today. Hey, Joanna, good to see you. And Sarah as well, awesome. Eliza, good to see you. Kish, amazing. And Michelle, fantastic. Awesome. Good to see you all back here. It was amazing to see as well, you all just getting involved yesterday, coming along to the live and doing the homework as well and putting your homework into the homework thread. Like freaking congratulations basically for doing that because a lot of people we tend to sign up for things and then never actually come along to these things and that's no good. There's no point in doing that. So, you're here, you're getting involved, you're doing the work as well. So, massive congratulations on that. It's really good to see. Super good to see. Okay, Sarah, looking forward to this one. Yeah, absolutely. Hey Elaine, sunny Virginia, amazing. Good to see you again, Nikki. I've just received your message, by the way. I'm not ignoring you. Just I will reply to you a little bit later. Good to see you, Terry and Sue and Ali and Melanie and Sarah. Fantastic. Awesome. Love this. All right, so audience building today. What we're going to be talking about is how you can grow your email list specifically. So um, we don't focus on social media as much for things like this because ultimately with social media, we've all seen it over the last like few years, the algorithm and reach is way down, like way down. It's about, I think, 1 to 4% of our followers actually see our posts right now. And sometimes it's, even less than that. It's ridiculous. So we focus on our email list because we have way more control over that email list. And in terms of like people actually seeing your content when they come into your inbox, when they come into your email list rather, and you're in their inbox, um, open rates are around like 25, 30%, 35%, depending on like your audience and how engaged they are. So that is so much higher, the percentage of people actually seeing your content than social media. So yes, we use social media, to complement our email marketing strategy, but we don't focus all of our time there because we don't own that platform. We don't own Facebook, we don't own Instagram. And as we know, over the last few years, they're doing crazy things, right? They're doing some things with Facebook and Instagram which aren't necessarily supportive of businesses specifically. Um, and they are limiting our reach and they're making it more difficult for us to show our content to our audience, essentially. The people that have opted in and said, they've followed us and they've said, I'm interested in what you're talking about here. And then they never actually see our posts in the feed. It's a real problem. And it's becoming worse and worse. So we want to be focusing on our email list because we can control that in its entirety, right? We get those people's emails onto our list, and then we have control over being able to access them and get into their inbox. So it's a much, much better way of doing things, and you'll have way more success, higher ROI with email marketing as well. Um, so that's why we focus on our email list, right? So it's one of the most profitable marketing strategies. So that is where we need to be focusing our time and attention, right? Where the highest ROI is, it just makes it makes business sense to be doing that. So that's why we do it. So we get people onto our email list with a lead magnet. Okay, so you may have heard this term before. A lead magnet is sometimes called a freebie, it's sometimes called an opt-in. It's essentially you giving like a free, valuable resource in exchange for someone's email address, right? They sign up to your email list, they give you their email address, and you give them this lovely free resource. And it's giving them a taster of like your expertise, you, like your vibe, what you're all about. It's just giving them like a little, yeah, just a little taster of how you can help them solve that specific problem. Okay, so we're not going all of the way to solving their problem with a lead magnet. We don't want to be doing that because this is free. We're just giving them something that they can see and think, oh yeah, this is like really valuable. I love this. I love what they're talking about here. It's helped me to get like a quick win, but to go all of the way to that transformation, that result, that outcome that they want, that's what your paid offer is for. Okay. So when we're thinking about setting something up here, lead magnet wise, we want that lead magnet to relate, it needs to relate to that paid for thing. So it makes sense. Because what we're essentially doing is like priming those people to buy your passive income offer. We're building a list of people that are going to be interested in that specific topic. So it needs to like relate. It can't be, you can't just be talking about like say you do multiple things in your business, say you're a groomer and you're a dog trainer, right? You can't be growing your email list of grooming related people who are interested in like, I don't know, grooming their schnauzer at home and then start talking about in your passive income offer, like how to train like recall or something, right? It's two very, very separate things. They're not going to be interested in that passive income offer when you come to actually announce it because they signed up in the first place for your like grooming information, how to groom their schnauzer at home. So it needs to closely relate, but we don't want it to be like, obviously, it can't be exactly the same. It can't be something that is like, yeah, it just can't be something that's exactly the same, right? We need it to be relevant and relate to that passive income offer, but just like, yeah, give them like a little taster, and then you go all of the way with your passive income offer. That makes sense. So we're getting people onto our email list with that lead magnet. And then what we're going to be doing is nurturing a relationship with them. Okay, we don't want to be getting people onto our list and then like disappearing and nothing happens after that, which is a lot of people end up actually doing this. And it's a really bad business move because we want to be like, we're spending effort, we're putting effort into growing that list. And then if you just disappear on them, they're going to forget about you. They're probably going to think, what the hell is this? Like, if you send an email randomly out of the blue, they'll be like, what the hell is this? Why? I didn't sign up for this. Who is this person that's coming into my inbox? And they'll just unsubscribe, right? So we need to have a nurturing sequence, a nurture sequence, so that we are nurturing that relationship with them, right? We're showing them that we're the experts. We're talking about like us as business owners, like your story, bringing your story into it, and making offers and asking for the sale as well. Surely, we are doing that in email, right? We're not just in their inbox to basically like become friends with them. We will be sharing like things around sales and will you buy my thing? You're asking for that sale. Um, so ultimately, first of all, what we want to be doing here is creating that lead magnet, right? And we should be doing this all of the time and before you're actually creating your passive income offer. So it does come before that because we want to make sure that we're getting enough people onto our email list that are going to be interested in that passive income offer when you come to actually launch it, right? So let me just come back to you guys. Does this make sense so far? Like, let me know if you understand like the premise of a lead magnet and what that is and how that kind of fits into this. Because we're offering something that is free, first of all, to get them onto our email list, right? So we're bringing lots and lots of people onto your email list and priming them to actually buy your passive income offer from that. So it needs to relate, but we're giving them a taster and then we're letting them know that we have this awesome like online course, membership, group program, digital resource, whatever it is that they can actually buy. They can take that next step and go all of the way to essentially getting the result that they want with this specific thing, right? Awesome. I just want to, yeah, I need to make sure that you guys are just understanding that because sometimes this can be a little tricky to get your head around. So awesome. Makes perfect sense. Fantastic. Okay, cool. So with your lead magnet, we want to be providing value. We don't want it to just be like, because this is where lead magnets have slightly changed, right? So I'd say about 5 years ago, you could just pull together like this one page thing, which wasn't really super valuable. It was like, I don't know, like 5 steps to perfect to the perfect recall. And you just like do like a paragraph here, paragraph there, maybe some images around that, and that would be it. But these days, we want to go a little bit further with our lead magnets and show that, what you're providing here is super valuable, that it's really going to help them to get that quick win without going all of the way, but showing them that, you are the expert in your field. We kind of need to go a little bit further these days in those freebies, to just kind of show off essentially and say, yeah, actually, I stand out from XYZ down the road, this other dog trainer, because I'm going in depth here, a little bit more in depth. I'm giving you something that you can really use to get on the path to, the outcome, the result that you want. So we do need to go a little bit further in. If you looked at my lead magnets from 5 years ago to now, you will essentially see that the lead magnet 5 years ago is more of the bare basics, very, very basic. Like I was doing things like checklists with not much else around it. Just like really short guides, like a couple of pages long. Whereas to now, it's more in depth. This is just a little bit more in depth because we do want to show off, right? We want to show them that we're worth listening to here. And if this is like the free stuff that we're offering, what is that paid for stuff going to be like? That's what we want them to be thinking when it comes to our lead magnets. If this is for free, like their paid stuff must be absolutely amazing because there are so many like freebies and lead magnets knocking about these days. You will have seen them. They're absolutely everywhere. People are running ads to them. And we need to stand out in some way. So it can't be, you know, it can't be half-assed. We can't just be like, oh, that'll do. Put some thought into it and really think about how this is going to be really useful to your ideal customer. That's what we want to be thinking here. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, let me come back to you guys again. Oh, I've got lots of questions. Amazing. Tracy, I think so, although how much can I offer as a lead magnet? How much is a taster? Stupid question. No, it's not a stupid question. So I hope that some of that I was talking about there has helped you with that. But you think about going like 20% of the way there to solving that problem that they have. The other 80% is your paid for thing, right? So, and it might be something, it might be that you offer something that is ever so slightly different in terms of topic, like it's not the same topic. We're not talking about the same topic here. So it could actually be that, you're a puppy trainer. I know you're not, Tracy. I know you're a cat groomer, but this is an easier example for me to think about right now. So you're a puppy trainer and you're thinking about like what are some of the most important things that new puppy parents need to know, right? So you may do a lead magnet that's around mm, like toilet training, maybe, or crate training. And then your course might be around um, like loose lead or something like that. So we're talking about puppy training as a whole, but it's slightly different in terms of like the topic. You're not just repeating the same things from your lead magnet to your paid for passive income offer. Um, because essentially that ideal customer there, they're a new puppy parent, they're going to be interested in potentially if they're interested in crate training, they're probably going to be interested most likely in how to walk their puppy nicely on a lead when it comes to that point, right? So think in that way, like what would be a complementary topic based on that specific ideal customer and what they're interested in and what their ultimate desire is, right? Um, so, puppy parents, their ultimate desire is to um, ensure that their new awesome puppy grows up into a well-rounded, well-behaved, family dog. That's ultimately what they want. So you can come at that from like slightly different angles in that way. So I hope that helps you kind of think about that. In terms of how you could approach that. Sylvie, how soon after lead magnet can we try to sell them the next thing? Yeah, okay. So if you don't have an audience at all right now, or you have a really small audience, we don't want to be selling to them like straight away. It's best for you to essentially grow that email list, nurture a relationship with them, show them how awesome you are for a while, like a couple of months at least, and then pitch them the offer. You can also, so this is something else that you can, I don't know whether to talk about this because it might complicate things for you. Yeah, so further down the road, what you can essentially do is create things like tripwires. You can have specific sales like funnels that run to it. So essentially what you could do is have a lead magnet, and on the thank you page, so after they've signed up to that thing, they get redirected to another page with a small special offer. Okay. So it could be like one of your passive income offers that is slightly discounted, or they get like a special bonus as part of that, that they can sign up to for a very, very limited period of time, like while they're on that page for like the next 15 minutes, something like that. So you could do that. I hate the word tripwire. It's just a horrible, horrible name for something like that. But it's just essentially giving people the option to become a customer straight away after they've signed up to your email list. And it happens automatically. They just get redirected to this page. Here's this awesome special offer. Like you can buy this thing and it's really going to help you further with this like lead magnet. This is the next step, basically. So you can do it that way, like straight away, this is something that you can buy here. You could also do it within that nurture sequence as well that comes afterwards. So the automated emails that come afterwards, you can set that up to be a whole sales funnel where you're, saying again, you've got this special offer that's available right now for like new subscribers. So it's like a new subscriber flash sale. And you can get people, invite people to sign up for that passive income offer. Then you can do that too. So I do all of these things in my business, but I don't want you to get, like overwhelmed by all of the things right now because we're not focusing on that. That is steps ahead, right? I want you to just focus on what we're doing here right now in the boot camp at the moment. Don't want you to be like, because yeah, there are things that are a little bit more advanced like that, but we're just focusing on, the simple steps at the moment. That's what we want to do here. So sign up to the lead magnet. We get them on that email list by giving them that lead magnet. We nurture a relationship with them. So you're talking more about your story. You're giving them like little tips as well to share your expertise. You might be putting in there as well some social proof around like testimonials and case studies to show that you know your shit, right? That you know what you're talking about. So you're nurturing a relationship with them over a couple of months before you start selling to them. This is if you don't have like an audience right now or a very engaged audience. If you already have an engaged audience, you can just go out there and pretty much say, I'm creating this awesome thing, like validate that with your audience. Say, I'm creating this awesome thing. Would you be interested in it? And then you can go away and create it and then just literally soft launch it and say to your audience, like, here it is. You can have this. So I do this all of the time because I have quite an engaged audience in terms of like my email list. But if you're just starting out and you have that small audience, or you don't have many people on there, or you don't have an audience at all, email list, then we want to just wait a bit, right? We want to nurture them first of all. Also, how often should we stay in touch? So generally, when you first get someone onto your email list, you want to email them very regularly. And I know that some people feel like really icky about this. But we need to become okay with this. And this is a mindset thing. This is absolutely 100% a mindset thing that we need to overcome. Because they have the option as well. It's not like we are forcing them to stay on our email list. They have the option to unsubscribe, right? At any time. So, and if they do, and they will, by the way, you need to become okay with that as well. Like people will unsubscribe from your email list all of the time. So every time I send an email, I will get a bunch of people that unsubscribe. It's just the nature of it. But you will have lots of people on your email list that are interested in what you say, and they're there, they're engaged, they're really excited, they look forward to opening your emails, and they are the people that we need to focus our time and attention on, right? So literally when I set up a lead magnet and I put a nurture sequence in place, I will have like an email that goes out on the trigger, so when it's triggered, when people do actually sign up to it. Then like a day later, probably a day later again, a day later again, and then it might skip to like a couple of days later, a couple of days later, a couple of days later. Then I might do it like the next day later. It's quite a lot in the first instance because you want to just be that really powerful, impactful presence in their lives, right? They're excited when they sign up for a lead magnet. They want to hear from you. So we want to get them into the habit of looking forward to our emails, right? So yeah. I'm afraid I'll start it and I won't have the content to share to keep it going, keep nurturing the audience. Yeah, so that's why we set up a nurture sequence, a workflow that is automated and with at least basically 12 emails that they can go through that doesn't require you to be there at all. So you set it up. It's like, yeah, it's like a whole workflow. You'll be like, right, this email is going out when someone signs up to the lead magnet. That is automated. We're not involved in that process. And then a day later, and this email goes out. And that will be the same for every single person. And you don't manually send that, it's all automated. So when you say, it can be difficult to keep up with, I get that. That's why we automate these things. And then you can do other things like when they come to the end of that nurture sequence, they can go into a more generic sequence or group, and you can send like an email a week or something like that, right? And that can just be repurposed as well. We don't have to overcomplicate these things. That can just be repurposed from other content that you share. So say, for example, you have like a blog maybe that you post to on a regular basis. You could literally just like repurpose that content and put it into an email, or like a podcast episode. You can put the transcript into like part of that into an email, or you can just literally send them to the podcast episode. If you have like a video that you do on a regular basis, send them that in an email. Social media posts, if you've got a particularly good one, you can just repurpose those social media posts, send them in an email. We tend to overcomplicate things in business, honestly, and we can make it so much easier for ourselves. And also, there is AI as well. There's ChatGPT that can help you create content for your emails and your nurture sequences. So it doesn't have to be hard, guys. This can all be so, so easy and not be so time consuming. Sarah, I think I did my homework almost as a lead magnet. So you, well, it depends. It depends really what you want to do there. So if you're doing something like an online course or an ebook, we can make these like a paid for thing for sure. You can make that also a free thing, right? But it just needs to be something that relates. And the lead magnet is the smaller thing that goes part way there. The passive income offer itself goes all of the way there to help them solve that problem. So yeah, you might want to think about, there might need to be some tweaks there, maybe. So have a think about what you want to do there. So ideally you will have it set up in what's called a workflow so it's automated. Yes, absolutely. Spot on, Sarah. Yes, I understand what a lead magnet is. I'll remember this person to help them know how to reach out to when they do buy. Yeah, so yeah, it's essentially a way for you to grow your audience and nurture a relationship with them to become that person that they think of when they think of the solution that you offer. Right? We want to be top of mind for that solution. So that's what this is all about, right? So a full chapter one of a book, would that be a good idea? I wouldn't necessarily do that for a lead magnet, to be honest. I'd make it something entirely different. So think about how you can potentially like break down, say you have like a specific approach to something. Trying to give you an example now from what I do. So the impact system, right, that I've been talking about here for creating passive income offers. So my passive income offer itself, my paid for thing, will be giving you guys essentially all of the steps to creating, building an audience for, and selling your passive income offer, right? It goes into detail. It gives you like the tech tutorials, it gives you the strategy behind it, it gives you the systems, it gives you like a bit of support as part of that. But the free thing is literally just essentially giving them the what, right? We're not going into like the how, which is what the passive income offer does. We're giving them like, what is that? So it's kind of like this, actually. If you think about this boot camp here, I'm giving you a taster, right? I'm giving you a taster of like what the impact system is. I'm giving you some quick wins here to help you get started on this path. But I can't give you all of it, right? Because that would take quite a bit of time for us to do that together. That's why I have like a paid for option where you get all of the things that you need, right? They're just getting a taster in this. So I hope that helps with that, Sarah. So I wouldn't do a chapter of a book. I would think of something different and maybe like you've got an approach and you're just outlining like your specific approach to something so that they can understand like how that works, give them some quick wins as part of that. Okay, so, Sylvie, how can we integrate lead magnet with generating leads for the actual hands-on business? I'm a dog trainer. I'd like the passive side to create a pipeline of customers for the hands-on training classes and one-to-ones. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. So lead magnets can be used for the passive income side. It can be used for the one-to-one side. We use them for both. So you could have, so what have you got? Hands-on training classes and one-to-ones. So I'm a dog trainer and I'd like the passive side to create a pipeline of customers. Yeah, okay, so you could do that. So you'd have to create essentially, like they sign up to this thing first of all, You may then the next step would be the passive income offer that you've created, and you can create like a sequence, like a nurture sequence, where you then present the one-to-ones and the classes. Doing it this way, though, I wouldn't do it that way, in fact, because you'd want to open yourself up to be more worldwide, and you're restricting yourself to your local area again by doing that. So I would have two separate things for each of these. But again, like I want you to focus on one thing right now and not think like too far ahead with too many different ideas, right? We're talking about passive income here, so I would just focus on having a lead magnet that runs into your passive income offer, first of all. You can create another lead magnet, a different one, that will then target those people that you want to bring into your local services. That's what I would do. Don't make it messy in that way with bringing people into like the passive income side of things, and then potentially they're in like the other side of the world. I don't know where you're based, Sylvie. They're the other side of the world, and your kind of classes and one-to-ones don't make sense to them. We don't want that, right? So we want to keep it very specific to exactly what we want there. So I wouldn't necessarily use like your passive income offers to create a pipeline, yeah, of customers. I would do that separately. It would be a separate thing. You've got this thing over here that will create a pipeline of customers for your one-to-ones and your classes, and then the passive income side of things. So we'll, yeah, do it that way. Um, mm, 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 mm. Sarah, prove we can achieve an outcome before we've sold anything. Yeah, yeah. So it's like it's giving them a quick win. That's what this is all about. It's like showing that we know what we're talking about. We can really help them to get the outcome they're looking for. Like give them that taster, keep them wanting more, and then give them show them that you can help them further inside your passive income offer. Invite them to take that next step. Complementary topic is a good way to describe the content. Yeah. Would a bad lead magnet then be something the paid product also includes? Would a bad lead magnet be something the paid product? Yeah. So you. Hmm. So what you can do here is actually pull something out from your paid product and use that as a lead magnet. So say I've done this before, like quite a few times actually. So say for example, like you have like a larger online course of some sort that has like training videos, yeah, and workbooks specifically as part of that. Like you could pull out like a workbook or something for that and offer that as a freebie. And you could also, it's a nice way to upsell people then into your paid for thing, like your online course, by saying this has been taken from XYZ course. If you want to get everything, all of the kind of like training that you need, whatever it is, then you can come inside this online course. So no, that's not a bad lead magnet idea at all. That's a good idea, actually. You can do that. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, just looking at your questions, guys. Is this what you're doing with us? Is this what you're doing with us now, nurturing us? I suppose in a way it is. So I'm taking you guys through a lovely experience here, right? We're building this out together, but I'm all about being of service. I want to help as many people as possible to create passive income in their businesses, pet business owners specifically. Like it's important to me as part of my mission as a business owner, as me being a business owner and what I do. So like this whole experience, I find and spending this time with you guys, I find this like super fun. I never used to. This used to be hugely stressful for me before I'd say about 6 years ago, when I used to find like being visible and being on camera like hugely just scary, like terrifying. But these days, I enjoy it. I find it fun. It's a way for me to be of service to you and help you get started on this path. And then if you are ready to take that next step at the end of this, and you want to get all of that support that you need, you want to get the specific step by step, the strategies, then there's an option for that, right? And I'm just literally, inviting you to do that. You can say yes, you can say no, but the option is there for you, right? So yeah, that is what this is. And we do that as well through email. So when we have people signing up to lead magnets, we nurture them through an email sequence. This is a little different, so we're kind of coming together in this way, and doing it this way instead. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Where do we market the lead magnet to get people to sign up? So there's lots and lots of different. I don't want you to focus too much on that because we're kind of yeah, that's like we're thinking steps ahead here. I want you to just kind of focus on today what you're going to do to what are you going to actually create. So what is the type of lead magnet that you're going to create, and what are you going to call it? Like what is the title of that lead magnet going to be? There's lots and lots of things that you can do here. You can run ads to it. You can use organic like social media to literally just talk about it in the post that you share. You can put it all over your website. So you can have like pop-ups, you can put sticky bars, it can be in your sidebar, it can be in your footer. So anyone landing on your website can actually see that you've got this awesome free resource that they can sign up to. Um, if you've got like a podcast, if you've got a blog, you can promote it there. There's loads of things that you can do. You can collaborate with other people as well and do like a bit of a like a swap, I suppose. You promote my thing to your audience, I'll promote your thing to my audience. That tends to work quite well as well. Yeah, there's lots and lots of things that you can do here for sure. But let's just focus first on what this thing is going to be. What tool would you recommend for email list management, and what do the GDPR implications we need to be aware of? Yeah, okay, so the one that I recommend and use is called MailerLite. I might type that in the comments actually. There we go, MailerLite. It's a really good one. It's one of the most cost-effective tools for building your list and nurturing that relationship with them. It's really intuitive as well. It's like really user friendly when you get into it. It just makes sense. There's just no like crazy complicated stuff going on that feels really like technical. It just feels like really people friendly, if that makes sense. So it's always the one that I recommend. It's a really, really good one. GDPR implications. So what you essentially need to do with GDPR is to just essentially say that if they sign up to this thing, then you will be sending like weekly communications with them, whatever it is, or monthly communications with them. You're just communicating that this isn't the only time that you're going to be getting in touch with them. You are going to be sending things on like a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly basis. So I just put these as part of my like forms when people sign up, just so that people know. So it's like sign up for this ebook and also receive my weekly like pet business growth hacks, that kind of thing. So you don't have to do anything too crazy here. And GDPR isn't really for us as smaller business owners. It's more for like bigger business, and how they manage data. So yeah, don't worry about it too much. You just need to say what you're going to be doing with in terms of getting in touch with them. Yeah, that's a good point as well, Brooke. So if you already have something in place already, like a CRM for sure, you may be able to use that as part of this. So yeah, it depends on what you have at the moment as well. You may already have something in place that you can use for this. Um, what would be okay? What I'm going to do, I'm going to go through some of these examples here, actually, because I just saw a question there. So just to give you an idea of like titles that you can use here, the kind of thing that you can create. So, for example, you could do something like just like a really quick, easy kind of guide, I suppose. Stop the barking, your simple 5 minute a day plan, right? So you're a dog trainer and you have a very simple kind of guide around your 5 minute a day plan to stop your dog from barking. Really nice and easy, right? The 7 day recall reboot. So teach your dog to come first time every time. So you could have like specific actions that they need to take each day over a 7 day period to help them to really train that recall so they come back every time. The happy goodbye checklist. So everything your sitter needs before you go. So literally like you're a pet sitter and it's a checklist of everything that you as a pet sitter will actually need from them to ensure that their dog is going to have, or their cat, whatever, is going to have a really comfortable, happy stay with them. That would be a lovely little lead magnet. The safe walk checklist, so everything you need before you leave the house. So like, and to ensure that you have those safe walks, ensure that you have these specific things before you leave the house. You could also do like this could also be like a lovely course as well that you could create, just like how you can have the best walks with your dog, and you could maybe include like enrichment games and things like that as part of that as well. Everything that you need to take with you to ensure that you have a safe walk, to have a lovely adventure with your dog, those kind of things. So yeah, there's lots that you can do there in terms of walking, particularly if you're interested. You have like another slight interest there, I suppose, like enrichment. That tends to work really well. So how you can add enrichment to your dog's walk, things around like sniffing and allowing your dog to sniff the local area as well, why that's important, tips around that as well. There's things that you can do here. Home grooming essentials, so what every dog parent needs before they start. So yeah, literally, what do they need to groom their dog at home? Nice kind of straightforward, like these are the tools that you're going to need. Make sure you have all of these things. The shiny coat formula, so 5 secrets for salon level results at home. So you could do things like this, right? So I hope that's getting your cogs turning in terms of examples. So yeah, what were you saying there? So what would be an example of lead mount for a dog trainer? Dog walker. Yeah, so a couple of different ideas for you there. Also, ask AI, ask ChatGPT, because it will give you some brilliant ideas that you can run with. I feel with training there's different levels to reveal, so it would work well. Whereas walking, I feel it's quite transactional and self-explanatory. It depends on your interests as well, because if you have, as I mentioned, like with enrichment, um, and things that you know, like it may not be obvious to you right now because it's walking, because it's a done for you service essentially, isn't it? With walking, you take the dog out, and they pay for that time for you to do that. But there may be some other areas here and some other knowledge that you have around walking that you can create lead magnets on, that you can create whole like online courses and ebooks. You don't have to be, again, I want to say this, you don't have to be the expert. You just have to know more than your average like dog parent here. So there may be some real like interest that you have and things that you do on your walks that would be really useful and valuable information for your average dog parent. So it could be around things like allowing dogs to sniff. Like, why is that important? If that, what is it that you may have picked up on? What kind of knowledge do you have? I want you to brainstorm all of this out, for both the passive income offer, the paid for thing, and also the lead magnet as well, because you will get some brilliant ideas from this. Use ChatGPT to brainstorm with you as well. There's lots of things that you can do here. Don't think it's just like I'm just a dog walker, because you're not. You're not just a dog walker, right? You're a person with like a serious business here, and you have some knowledge in your brain there that is way more than the average dog parent that you could create a passive income offer around or a lead magnet around. So don't like devalue your expertise here as well. Yeah, so I hope that helps. Eliza, I'm creating 2 lead magnets, one for training topics and one for rehab, residential rehab clients and their dogs. So targets clients who wish to work for a weekend with their dog in a B&B and other dog owners, dog parents. Yeah, yeah. So start with one, first of all. You know what I'm going to say? Start with one. Choose the one that is like the most popular, the most common problem, the thing that people come to you for the most. Start with one lead magnet, one passive income offer. Don't overcomplicate things at this stage. Choose the one. What about an e-booklet about what to look for in a good dog walker? Yes, that could work as a lead magnet. I would say probably come at that from a slightly different angle as well. Like it's kind of valuable, but I'm not sure whether many people would be. I'm just not sure whether many people would be downloading that. Um, as is with just that, because I think people generally know. I don't know though. Like, I just think people generally know like what they're looking for when it comes to a dog walker, if you know what I mean. So possibly you could test it out, you could try it for sure, and put it out there and see how many people bite and want to actually sign up to it. But I would probably come at this from a different angle for sure. Yeah, I just feel like it's more on the obvious side where people would be like, oh, I don't think I really need that. I don't know. You can sell to other walkers. What would you find useful? Yeah. Okay. So implementing the lead magnet, actually setting it up is the tricky part. Yeah. So yes, there is some tech involved to do this, right? We know that there's tech involved. There's tech involved in all of this. I don't want you to fear it. I don't want you to think, this is way beyond me because it's not. You are all very, very capable human beings. And I know that you can learn these things. It may take a little bit of time, but you can learn these things. And when you do, the beauty of this is you can set it up, you can set up lots and lots of different things. You can obviously you know the process to setting up a lead magnet and a nurture sequence. You know the process to setting up like your online course in your platform of choice, right? That's the beauty of this, and it becomes easier and easier every time you do it. So, yeah, there is some tech, but it's not as difficult as you think. Like platforms have become so much more intuitive these days as well. So, don't fear it. Do not fear it. It's all good. You can learn these things for sure. And that's the thing as well. Like yes, there is some tech involved, and we can get people to actually set up these things for us as well if you wanted to go down that route. But the most important part of all of this is ensuring that you understand the strategy behind it. Like that's so important because anyone can like help you essentially set up your online course on a platform, but if you haven't built your audience for it, if you haven't got the positioning right for your passive income offer, or like your sales page isn't quite right, or you don't have your sales strategy behind you, like you're not going to get the results that you want. That's the big thing here, right? So yeah, the strategy is the more important part. I have a MailerLite account, but I haven't really used it yet because I've mostly been using Gmail. Yeah, so MailerLite is very different to Gmail. So Gmail, you're just sending individual emails to people. Like you might have someone inquire and you send a response to that person. MailerLite is there for you to send bulk emails to people and to automate things. So you can like literally create one email for marketing purposes, right? And send that out to all of those people that are on your email list. And you just click a button and away it goes. And it's awesome. So it's an email marketing platform, a system that can allow you to make your email marketing, your communications much, much easier and more streamlined. So you're not manually like sending those emails individually. Yeah, you absolutely do. Yeah, so if you've already got that account, for sure, get into it because like when you start like going into email marketing and actually using it to your advantage, it's a brilliant thing for your business. So we do yeah, we do need to pay attention to this because social media, like it's all right, like it's great. It can allow us to do some things and reach some new people, but ultimately, email is where it's at in terms of ROI and nurturing better relationships with people because you have better access to them. Promise not to sell email addresses. Yeah, so that's another thing as well. Not entirely sure what I mean there, but that's another thing as well. Never buy email addresses ever. Don't ever do that. It's the worst thing you can possibly do because we need to have people that have opted in specifically to our email list. You will get way better results that way because they've put up their hand and said, yeah, I'm interested in this. They want to be on your email list. Don't buy email addresses. So I did a short webinar for groomers to talk about my way of grooming as one of my lead magnets. Awesome. Yeah, if you have like a unique, specific approach and way of grooming, fantastic. Love that. Like we should all have something unique, right, about us as well. So, I could talk all day about niching and you know, your positioning and your messaging and how you stand out. It's really, really important that you have that in your business anyway. So to create a lead magnet around that, that's great. Eliza, I have to be accredited to do the dog rehabilitation and have professional indemnity for one-to-one. Is that also necessary for passive income, or should I mention it? It's not necessary. It's not necessary at all. You don't need to have all of the qualifications. You don't need to be the expert, right? You're just sharing what you know, ultimately. So yeah. As a cat groomer, should I be centering my lead magnet downloadable guide around grooming, or is it okay to choose other cat-related content? I had considered in my homework that I would concentrate on teaching your cat to love the carrier. Um, like as a cat groomer, I would probably recommend sticking to that train of thought. First of all. Yeah, because it's going to be easier for you. And also, I think it's probably going to be more popular with your kind of ideal customer as well. In terms of like teaching your cat to love the carrier, like, is that a big problem that your ideal customers actually have? I don't want you to kind of go off piste a little bit too much here. It may be, better for you to focus on the grooming side, Tracy, here. And because there's so much opportunity for you as well, like so much opportunity in terms of the grooming side of things. Um, I'm starting to think I really need to grow my email list first before attempting any of this. I haven't done any email marketing yet, and I want to get onto the corresponding module in the academy. Yeah. It's great to know how, but I can come back to this when I'm further along in that. Yeah, I have 12 months in the academy. So yeah. Yes, but this is a part of it, right? So you'll keep it, this is part of the whole strategy. So you're keeping this in mind. So the lead magnet is going to relate to your passive income offer. And that won't take you too long to set up this lead magnet, right? So you're creating this lead magnet with your passive income offer in mind so that you can sell that passive income offer. That's what we're doing here. So it's all, yeah, it's all like connected. So you're still on that path, but we're just doing that step first of all, where you're creating your lead magnet and getting people onto your email list. Yeah, and that's no problem that you do, Sarah, that you don't have an email list, right? We've all got to start somewhere, and the best time to start is, right now, is to get set up with your lead magnet so you can start building your email list of people that are going to be primed to buy your passive income offer, right? So yeah, creating something like a lead magnet, it shouldn't take you too long at all. And getting it set up and getting it out there. So I don't want you to feel too overwhelmed about that at all. Okay, right. So your homework for today is simply going to be sharing what type of lead magnet that you're going to create, right? So what you're going to create, you're going to create like a little ebook. Are you going to do like a checklist? You're going to do a planner. Maybe you're going to do like a one-off video, whatever that looks like. Generally, it might be like a little kind of PDF guide type thing, right? But you might want to do something a little bit different here. So you can, like lead magnets can be quizzes as well. There's a bit more tech involved in that though. So if this is your first time doing this, I wouldn't recommend doing a quiz right now. Stick to something very simple, okay? So what is the type of your lead magnet for your homework, and what is the title of your lead magnet as well? So nice and simple. Again, we want to be thinking about like how this relates as well to our passive income offer. So, make sure that it is connected in some way. It makes sense for your ideal customer, that person that you're going to be attracting. Okay. Again, ChatGPT is an awesome thing. So do make good use of that if you are struggling with this as well. Okay. Tracy, so I think you answered someone else's question saying we should run a lead magnet for a couple of months. Does a lead magnet only go out via email? So you're essentially promoting your lead magnet everywhere, like everywhere that you're active online is what you're doing with that. And then when you get those people onto your list because you've given them that, you've given them the lead magnet, right? The free resource in exchange for their email address. So they come onto your list, and then you will essentially communicate with them by sending them emails, right? So you've got their email list, so you're sending them emails on a regular basis to nurture that relationship with them. So I hope that makes sense, Tracy. So yeah, we're creating that lead magnet. We are, you're consistently doing that, by the way. Like you want to be consistently promoting your lead magnet. It's not like you promote it for a certain, like, I don't know, a couple of months or 6 months and you stop doing that. We want to just be consistently doing that all of the time to bring new people onto our list. Yeah, and then you're nurturing a relationship with them by sending them emails, essentially. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing with this. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so I think I've answered all of the questions so far. If you are catching the replay, do pop those into the comments as well. Pop your questions into the comments if you're catching the replay, or you think of anything and you come back to this, do put them in because I will be around to help you with this, right? I'm here at your disposal for the next couple of weeks. So do make good use of this space for sure. So I will put up after this the homework thread for day 2 as well. So the homework thread for day 1 is already up. So if you haven't done that yet, do head over there, pop in your idea for your passive income offer, what that's going to be. So this one we're going to be doing what the lead magnet is going to be, the title and the type of lead magnet as well, the format. So I will put that up after this. I will no, I won't tag, I will link that in the description of this as well, so everything's connected. There's also a replay page as well, so I will email that to you, so you can click on that and head over there as well, so it's easy for you to see everything in one place. Yeah, okay. So I could promote it on my website, yeah, and social media with links to download the lead magnet. Yeah, but you are not promoting yeah, you're not sending them straight to the download. You're sending them essentially to a sign up page, right? You're not like giving them the link to download it straight away. So yes, you can put it on your website, you can put it on social media, like in your bios and things like that. You're not giving them direct link to the download. You're sending them to the sign up page so they can give you their email address first of all. So yeah. Elaine, where do we pop that in? Pop what in, Elaine? You just clarify that. Yeah, so are you talking about the download itself? So yeah, if you're talking about the download itself, they will essentially sign up on the sign up page for your lead magnet. They will then be sent an automatic email with the link to the download, right? So it's behind like a gateway basically. They can't get access to it unless they enter their email address. And when they do that, we will then send them automatically that link to access the download, right? Um, oh, your ideas. Oh, okay. So yeah, there's going to be a homework thread. So as soon as I can after this, I will put up a homework thread, and you put your ideas into that. Yeah. So it's not in the group yet. I will do that afterwards after this. Um, which sign up page is best to use? So you can literally just use your websites. So you can literally just create a page on your website and embed a form into your page. So you can use MailerLite for that. So MailerLite has the facility to essentially create forms that are linked to, like everything's all linked in MailerLite. And you can literally take a piece of code and put that into your page on your website. It's much easier than it sounds. I meant, where do we send you our ideas? Yeah, so put it into the homework thread. You're not sending them to me. There's going to be a homework thread inside this group, um, and you can put those ideas into there. You can pop them into the homework thread. How we get them to sign up? How we get them to sign to the sign up page? Would this then be done via MailerLite? If so, I'll be doing that now. Do you mean in terms of okay, so you haven't got a website. So if you don't have a website yet, MailerLite has a really handy feature where you can create landing pages. So I think it's under sites. Yeah, under the tab sites on MailerLite. And you can just create a landing page really nice and easily on MailerLite rather than using a website. So, there are options if you don't have a website yet too. Yeah, so I hope that helps, Sarah. Have a little explore because MailerLite's super easy and it's a really, really good platform as well. Okay, awesome. Right. Any further questions? And I can come back in and answer those. So homework, yeah, pop your homework into the homework thread when I put that when I post that after this. I will be back as well tomorrow. So day 3. Yeah, day 3 tomorrow. We're going to be talking about your sales strategy for this, right? Because there's no use in creating a passive income offer and just like putting it on your website and expecting people to flock to that offer. Because most of the time, like unless you have lots of traffic going to your website already, that's not going to happen. So we need to actively promote our passive income offers. And I'm going to be talking about how you do that tomorrow because this is really, really important also. Because yeah, I want you to be able to actually like make money, of course, from your passive income offer. And this is how you do that. You're very welcome. Is MailerLite free? Yes, there is a free version up until 1,000 subscribers. So, yeah, from 0 to 1,000 subscribers, they've got a free option, which is amazing actually because there's nothing behind a paywall. Like you get access to all of the features straight away, which is very unusual for an email marketing platform. I don't think anyone else literally does that because you've got like ConvertKit and Campaign, Active Campaign. Um, yeah, there's a bunch of others, but they put everything like their free version. What's the other one? MailChimp. Their free version, they tend to like restrict like the automation features or something like that. And it's like, well, this is useless. I'm gonna have to like pay for this. So yeah, MailerLite is great for that because you can essentially grow your email list really easily, nurture a relationship with people, and start earning money actually, and easily start making money. Like if you've got like 500 people on your list, you can make some lovely sales from passive income. And then 1,000 subscribers, then you go on to one of their plans. But they are quite cost effective, actually. They're super cost effective. So Mailerlite is a good one for that reason as well. Awesome. All right, I will leave it there. Thank you everyone for joining me today as well. So we will be back tomorrow, as I mentioned, 2 p.m. UK time again, so GMT. So do check that. Make sure that you're making note of the time zones if you're in another country. Yeah, awesome. Have a lovely, lovely rest of your evening. Thank you for joining me today, guys. And I will see you all back here tomorrow at 2 p.m. UK time. So see you then. Bye.